and they give me my personality test, and I was all on the top of the thing, and they're still telling me that I'm fucked up. And I'm like, look, and they want me to do this. Finally, they go through the, I mean, I must have been there 8 hours. I'm ready to pull my hair out. And they say, you should do some little course called Ups and Downs. I said, look, I'll do the course if I can I just do the pure thing? Yes, 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 and you have to do the TRs and objectives first. Or with it. What's that? That's this course that kind of, I said, fine, just let's go. So I buy the course. I say, you know, I've been here. It's like 8:30 at night. And I said, can I start? And I had to get a little oral surgery, so let me do something. I came here for some Scientology. All I got was all this, everybody's selling it to me. I never got to do any, right? Because I wanted to try the shit. And so now it's 8:30, and I say, okay, you know, they say, well, you can start your TRs course. You'll do the TRs, you do and the TRs are these communication drills. Then you do the Purif where you clear all the drugs out, and then you do the auditing, which is called objectives, which is like this stuff where you walk across the room and touch the wall and all this kind of shit. And supposed to, the end phenomenon is firmly rooted in present time. I said, that doesn't sound bad, I'll do it. Okay, if you can deliver that. Cool. So I said, well, give me some Scientology, for Christ's sakes. I've been here since, what, 9 hours or something, getting nothing. So they say, okay, you can start your TRs course. So I go in, and I do this thing called an M7, which is basically Bodhi and the supervisor are kind of helping me clear the words through. And the first thing I ever did in Scientology was read Keeping Scientology Working, which is a pretty heavy bulletin.
Yeah, explain what that bulletin says.
Well, it's that basically is that Scientology, it's a very interesting bulletin. At first, it's updated. So you're reading the updates. I think it was written in 1965, and it was updated in 70 and 75. And those updates are before you read the actual bulletin, and the updates are like L. Ron Hubbard just going bananas. This thing is true. It was true in 1965. It'll be true forever. If you just follow this, Scientology will never fail, and it will take over the universe and will save all mankind, and we're the only hope for the world. So just if you apply this one policy, everything will be fine. Now, in the bulk of the fucking policy is stuff of, you know, it's pretty heavy, you know, that if you're in Scientology an inch, you're in an ounce. I mean, you're in for the rest of your, you know, this is the billion-year contract shit. This is the heavy Scientology. We are the only hope for mankind, and whether you get it or not, it's the truth, and we're not here to placate you. We're here to try and save the planet, and they're the only hope for mankind, and so this is no game. So that was the first thing I got. I said, okay, you know, we'll see. I couldn't say, you know, I believe that, but it was an interesting, bold claim that made me say, okay, all the more, is this shit really that good? Let's go. So here I am. I bought my little TRs and objectives and my Purif, and I said to the supervisor, because now by the time I finished that, it was 11 o'clock at night. And I'm like, okay, well, when do we start? You know, she said, when can you come in to start the course, to finish up? I said, you know, let's start tomorrow. I said, I can be here 7 in the morning. I said, well, we don't start till 9. I said, you know, I'm come here to do something. I've been here all day. You guys say you got a product, you want to, you know? So she came in at 8 o'clock for me. So I came in, and I just started. And I read all my shit in there, and sounded good. And the first exercise is a thing called OT TR0, which is basically where you sit 3 feet apart from somebody. You cannot have any thinking mechanism, and you close your eyes, and you're totally relaxed, but there's another person 3 feet in front of you doing the exact same thing. And the exercise is to be in communication with that person and your environment. But fully, the key word is confronting, which is, he defines as facing without flinching. So without thinking anything, like if I'm doing it with you, I'm thinking, okay, Mark, he's got that beard and he's probably hiding by. Then I'm flunking, because I'm thinking, instead of just being there, without any thinking. And so I have to be able to be, and you do this, it says, until you get a major stable win. Okay? So I say, fuck it, okay, here's my first Scientology shit. And I'm there with some whoever. And I'm sitting there and I'm facing him without flinching. And I had a major, major stable win. What I did, according to Scientologists, and I don't have any other nomenclature for it, so it would work for me, but I went exterior. So in other words, the concept would be your thetan, you, your soul, whatever you want to call it. That's who you are. You're not the body. I'm not Jason Beghe. Jason Beghe, it's like buying a new car. I'm the driver of the car, okay? So basically, I went exterior, and to get back to the beginning of my story, I felt for the first fucking time the biggest win in my life. I knew who I was. That question that I've been asking since I was cognizant. Who am I? I knew who I was. And this was huge for me. I said, wow. And this is not even that fucking auditing stuff they talk about. This is just some fucking, you know, some thing. Yeah. And I said, shit, that's awesome. So I was blown out of my socks, happy. Like, I was like, oh, so that's who I am. You know, because I knew I wasn't this thing, because I sometimes would have this personality. Sometimes I was a phony. Sometimes I was, you know, you never know if you're real or not, you know? But then there's those moments when, so it's like, who are you? You know, and I could see, I could create effects on people and stuff. This is all this growing up. I mean, it was really interesting. Why would this person like me? You know, I knew why I liked them, but why did they like me?
Well, you said back in class that you didn't trust yourself. Why didn't you trust yourself?
I didn't know who I was.